Alright. See if I've got this to work. Let's see. Can everybody hear me? That's going to be my first test. Second test. Let me know if you can hear me. Well, I guess that'll be the first test. If you can hear me, then I've done something good. I've done something accurate. Let me pull this up over here. Alrighty. Okay, if you can hear me, I've got all this set up correctly, and I'm going to do some experimentation tonight, so bear with me. Let's see if I can get this. That's over here. Yeah, close enough. Okay. At least I think I can somewhat see what's going to be on screen. Everybody can see me on YouTube as well. Tonight's going to be a lot of experimentation. Also, we're going to sell some stuff. So I heard there was an update with these Macs we have that could really help our restream, and could also help how well this flows from here on out. So let's see if that is actually true. I still got to get a few things plugged up so our battery don't die. We don't want any batteries dying. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna auction some stuff off and do some talking. I'm gonna be doing the talking. I guess y'all can talk on y'all's end. I won't be able to hear you though. Be pretty cool if I could though. There's a way I can bring people in, I think, like bring people in to join the feed. I don't know if y'all are ready for that. Guest appearances. All right. See what this looks like. Let me pull it up over here too. I know one thing. So far, y'all can only see half my head. Really not too important about seeing me though, right? More so seeing the records. Let's get this tilted up a little. I can see all the mess behind the counter. The war zone back there. I also want you to be able to see what we're selling too, so if you just see half my head, I guess it's okay. I'd rather y'all see half my head and all of the records. So I don't know what the black line is. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. That's the first good question of the night. I can somewhat see a monitor. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what this looks like on my phone over here. Is there a way? The first time me actually looking and see how a chat looks, I can kind of see for the first time what y'all can see. Pretty cool. Let's go over here to YouTube. see what that looks like. I'm also going to try to figure out how I can prop up some of these records. So I think this is a crate we went through the other night. I'm going to go back through and sell some stuff for $1 auctions. Ah, here it is. Live Q&A and record sales Chad, Sunday 09/18. Wonder what that could be. Pretty interesting. No, I don't need YouTube TV. Okay. That looks pretty good. I don't know if I just lay them out here flat and y'all see them pretty cool. Pretty easily. Everything's opposite. But that might work out pretty good. Work out pretty good. Won't be too bad. A lot of space over here. Yeah, I got space over here too. Okay. Now, this is the Restream chat, which I can see everybody. That's going to be my master feed. And then I've got YouTube, I've got Facebook. So, can't hear me well when you're over here. I wonder if this thing's working then. I doubt this is working. It's probably the internal mic over here then. Test 1, 2. Let's see if I can fix it. Audio input capture. Yeah, that's probably on this. Let's see here. Technology. All right. Let's see. Properties. No, that's not what we want. It's probably because this mic isn't connected like I thought it was. Audio mixes, sources. Yeah, this must not be connected then. Let's click. No, not that. Let's see here. Let me try to plug this in. I guess it's this then. You are saying it's this? Probably this box. Alright, we're going to try this. So I'll walk back over here, see what y'all can see. I can see your comments over there too, but I wasn't for sure. We hadn't used this setup in quite some time because I wasn't for sure. Now, the black line. How to fix it. Let's see here. Alright, so I figured out the sound. Now, if I try to mess with the black line, the entire feed could go away, which is not what we want. We don't want the entire feed to go away, so we may have to deal with the black line. So, let's deal with the black line and we'll go from there. Because I'm afraid if I turn off the GoPro, I don't think it would end the feed, but, you know. Alright, let's see what we got here. I got some stuff that, while we're just talking casually tonight, we can auction off, and I feel like this would be a great setting for me to really show y'all more in depth on things and talk. And you know, there's a lot of times during the live sales when I'm walking around the store, we really feel like everybody wants to talk, but or I feel like I go into discussions and I'm like, if we could just get closer, or if we could just have a little bit more time, which we never do. So I thought, well, we'll try this tonight, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll do some, I'll go ahead and get some bidding going before I start getting off on a tangent talking about something. And just like any time, you can bid in the comments, and let's see what we got here. I have a copy of Neil Young Harvest on the orange, or some people call it tan, reprise label. And it's a, in the dead wax, it has sterling. I think this label here is the OG for this, and it certainly looks like it. It has the textured inner sleeve, and it has lyric inner sleeve, and a pretty nice gatefold cover too. So we'll put that up for a $1 start. I have no condition notes on it, so it's a pretty nice clean copy. Neil Young Harvest, $1 start bid on that. This is the original kind of textured inner sleeve. This lyric insert too, that originally came with it's kind of textured, and we have this right here, and we have Neil Young Harvest up for bid, and I've got a copy of Fleetwood Mac Rumors for a $1 start. The cover is a little bent, and the top seam is split, as you can see. Very nice. It's EX Plus to near mint Fleetwood Mac Rumors. And there was a fly that just buzzed over my head a while ago, so if you heard a buzzing sound, it's a fly. You may have to see me kill a fly live on camera. So, okay. Now, there's some, I'm going to pull up our group. Let's see. I think I can leave this chat here and be okay. And go here to our group. Let me exit our chat here. I'll leave that right there. All right, there's some very important pre-orders I want to tell you about. Some stuff that is coming out this week, and some stuff that is going to be announced, and I want to make sure everybody's in our group and know where to find that. So, and I'm also going to be trying to keep up with bids here, and y'all just keep me in line with that. And yes, I'm about to drink a Monster. Okay, let me see if I've missed anything since then. Black Line is fine. Neil Young 5, Neil Young 5. Weird sound. That was probably that fly, Craig. Let's see. Neil Young 8, 5, 6. No, everything. That's a good question, Anthony. Everything tonight will be on this next invoicing cycle. So Josh is probably working on sending out invoices tonight. So he's probably working on sending out invoices tonight. All right. Okay. So, yeah, Stacy asked about 2i and Columbia labels. Next time I do this laptop that all this is running through, if I had it over here, I could drag images onto the screen where y'all could see it. Maybe I can find a Columbia pressing. Surely I could find a Columbia pressing in here. If there's at least one in here, we'll be able to show you. Nope. Here we go. Aha. Okay. First, let's get everybody updated. While we're going to be talking and discussing some things, I've got 2 auctions going here. I've got Ron Phillips at 17 on Fleetwood Mac, and over here on the Neil Young Harvest, I got George Buchanan at 15. Let's get those back here, maybe where y'all can see them a little bit better. Maybe like that. There you go. Okay, so this is a... Everything's backwards on my end, too. This is a Columbia record pressing of It's a Beautiful Day. That's the artist. Name of the album is Marrying Maiden. This originally came out in... Let's find out. This album originally came out in 1970. It's a Beautiful Day, Marrying Maiden. This record label was one of the many that Columbia used throughout. I think you can get someone actually posted a link, and there is a website that has it all broken down year by year. When I say 2i or 3i or 2i or 6i or the what I call the later Columbia label, that helps us to know what pressing it is by an early glance. So the first time a Columbia 2i was used was as early as 62, and they used it through 1970. So this was the last year they used a Columbia 2i, 1970, the year this album came out. And there's another Columbia label that just has the word Columbia kind of written around the label. And then you'll hear me say a Columbia 6i sometimes, which this little thing on the side, it looks like an I, is what we're calling the I, the 2i there. And then the 6i has, it's like a darker, it's like black around the edge, and there's 6 of those, 3 on each side. That's a Columbia 6i, and a Columbia 6i was used from 1956 until 1962. So 6 years there, the 6i was used, and then they changed it to this. So there's a lot of pressings. Let's use Bob Dylan, for example, that came out from 62 to 60. That would be original pressings on this label. And sometimes when you slide the disc out, I'll go, oh, it's on the repress label, meaning it was pressed sometime on that other Columbia label from the 70s through the 90s. So, you know, or through I guess they used that all the way through the 90s, that other Columbia label. Which, let me see if I can pull up this image here where y'all maybe can see it. There, that's the other Columbia label. So, like, albums that was supposed to be released or originally released from 1962 to 1970 on a 2i label, if you see it on that label, then it's a repress, which is very important with value, and also determining what kind of pressing you have. If you're looking for a first pressing, something was released between, now 70 I guess is a weird year because they started using that label in 70. So I think that Santana album we always show, it's always on that repress label, where the other one is the more desirable one is on that Columbia 2i label. Okay, where are we at on Fleetwood Mac? Ron Phillips said he's at 20 on Fleetwood Mac Rumors. If you're just hopping on, this cover is slightly bent. The disc is fine. And it's also needs to be, you can re-glue that. I use hot glue, but anything, you know, you can glue back. This is one of the few times I would recommend repairing an album cover, is using glue on this. And high bid on that's Ron Phillips at $20. Let me make sure I don't have anything else higher than that. And George Buchanan, we also have an OG copy of Neil Young Harvest. Neil Young Harvest. I've also got some stuff that I've been wanting to put on Discogs. And so I'm going to bring some stuff over here and like show y'all the process of how I put something on Discogs, far as determining the value. And then as I'm looking it up, you may want to buy it before I put it on Discogs. But that's what I was going to be doing anyway. If we wasn't doing this, I was going to be putting stuff on eBay and Discogs. Neil Young Harvest, why is it so special? I don't know if it's special. There's nothing rare about this. This is definitely a platinum album. It's just, you know, it's one of those albums that's highly desirable to see. Heart of Gold is on here, and Old Man, The Needle and the Damage Done. That's by far the 3 biggest hits, especially Old Man and Heart of Gold. So 2 of my favorite Neil Young songs are on this. And this one's pretty cool. It's complete with the lyric insert that matches the cover and the original textured inner sleeve. So, all right, final call on that to George Buchanan for 20. Rich Recore said he's out unless anybody wants to get back in after me sharing that information. And Ron Phillips is at 20 on Fleetwood Mac. So 20 and 20 on those. And I've got a whole crate here. I think this is some stuff I went through the other night, and I thought, well, we put them up for $1 start auctions. I know they'll sell. So, Also, a great time to ask me questions. You know, I was going to go through some of our pre-orders and tell you about that. Also, right here next to me, I have all 3 of my distributors' database, so I can check on stuff. And I was hoping I could have this computer I make and unplug it and get it close, but I was hoping I could get. Oh, there's the fly. I was hoping I could get it on screen where I could show y'all some of the stuff that's up for pre-order, and like you can go ahead and claim it now, or if you want me to look anything up, like maybe if you want to know if something's in print, if I can order something, I can actually 2 clicks and I can have it right here in front of me to see if we can actually get that for you. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and tag these. I also got to make sure I have sticky notes ready so I can tag this stuff and figure out where I'm going to put it. Let's see, there we go. But, we're probably going to have another normal live record sale tomorrow. So we can, well, it depends if, I got to talk to Tanner. Tanner's in charge of scheduling. That is personnel scheduling. So, all right, George Buchanan, I'm going to sell you Harvest for $20. And who was in on the Rumors? That was Ron Phillips on Rumors. Ron Phillips. And that was for Rumors. All right, I got to get all this package back up. Janie Lane solo work. I'll look that up right now. And Randy, I've already tagged Neil Young for George Buchanan. I've just sold that. Just a hair too soon. This seam, like I said, needs repairing. But, yeah. What's that? We got Fleetwood Mac. That was Ron Phillips. Chad, a trivia question. What was the first album you ever bought growing up? Also, first concert. First concert, that one's very easy. That was U2 at Vanderbilt Stadium, 2011. What a great first concert, too. U2 at Vanderbilt Stadium. And then, first album, well, of course, I didn't grow up in the album age, but I remember the first album I seen was Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. That's the first time I remember seeing or holding a record. I think I had my brother bought it. My brother was collecting cassettes, and he bought some albums at a yard sale when he bought some cassettes. And that's the first time I remember holding an album. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. I still have it. It's not the greatest condition. It's probably like a VG minus. So, yeah, I seen U2 in 2011 at Vanderbilt Stadium. It's still probably one of my favorite concerts. Now, what was that artist that Bill Fratsky want me to look up? All right. Let's do $1 starts on these. Boston. What's that? Does that look best? Boston. Don't Look Back. $1 start. That's a VG copy. And Genesis Seconds Out. $1 start on that. That was Bill Fratsky wanting me to look up Janie Lane. Janie Lane. Let's check the biggest database first. Janie Lane, 4 results. There's Catch a Falling Star, and that's it. Janie Lane Catching a Falling Star, and that would be $26.99. It's from Cleopatra Records, and they're in stock. They got 48 of them. They'll be here this week if you want one. That's Janie Lane, Catch a Falling Star. A compilation of superb solo performances and covers featuring the stunning voice of Warrant frontman Janie Lane. Okay. Warrant makes more sense now. Includes takes on UFO's Dr. Doctor, Def Leppard's Photograph, and Bon Jovi's epic Lay Your Hands on Me, featuring guest appearances by 2 of Lane's bandmates, Eric Turner and Jerry Dixon. So, That is, Bill Frasky said sold. Okay. I wish there was a way I could show that without moving my computer. Maybe if I pull them up on my phone too. This is Janie Lane. What's that called? Catch a Falling Star. Does anybody else want one while I'm ordering this for Bill? That's what it looks like. Janie Lane, Catch a Falling Star. Bill, I'm going to write that. I'll order two. Anytime somebody wants one of something, I always order two. So let me write that down too. I better keep a spreadsheet for that. I'll go ahead and put that on the master spreadsheet waiting list. There we go. All right. We're bidding on these two right here in the comments. I hadn't went back and checked it yet, but I will, and I'll let everybody know where that is. That's Janie Lane, Bill Fratt. Bill, let me get the spelling on your name. Fratsky. Oh, I just refreshed the restream chat. That means everything just went away. Blank. But that's okay. If you were bidding on these, go ahead and send them again. And also, if you had any questions in the last... I can see a couple of them up here on my monitor. Let's see. I would like one also, Janie Lane. And, okay. So I see Stacy Metternich and Bill Fratsky on the Janie Lane. Does anybody else want one? Let's see. Those will be in this week. They're in stock. So let me change that from 2 to 3. Okay, so I have R.M. Lazelle at 7 on Boston. And where was Susie was at 7 on Genesis. Okay, here's what's up for auction. We have Genesis Seconds Out. This is a gatefold pressing. 2 LP. This is what I was trying to show you on the sale. It's got like a big notch in the back. But yeah, if you submitted a question in the last 60 seconds, this is a near mint record, both original inner sleeves. And Carlene, George Michael Older is, I will check on that right now, and Lost Boys. More Lost Boys are on the way. Let me actually check on that. So that's Genesis Second Out, 2 LP, which is a live album. The cover, I guess because of that, we'll have to call it a VG minus. No, not a minus. Just a VG, but it does have a big gash in it. And then Boston with R.M. Lazelle is at 7. And this is... Okay, fold. It has the original lyric inner sleeve. And the disc on this was about VG. Yeah, this is about a VG copy. So R.M. Lazelle's at 7 on Boston, and Susie has Genesis for 7 as well. Brian's, that's a great deal on Genesis right now, just FYI. Let me get those up here. Okay. Let me see. So Lost Boys, more of those are on the way if anybody else wants one. Now would be an excellent time to claim that. Let me pull that up. Friday Music reissued that in silver vinyl and blue vinyl, and I've been ordering the blue vinyl. That's what is on the way, is the blue vinyl. And yes, those will be in Lost Boys soundtrack, and I don't have one to show you. They're all on the cart tagged to start sorting tomorrow. The Tedeschi Trucks Band, I ordered 1 set of those, Robin. If you want to go ahead and claim them, let me know. But I don't understand that release. What happened was Tedeschi has, they have 4 new albums out, but I've seen it in some places as a box set, and then through all my distributors, though, they're individually released, and they're $29.99 each, and that's for each one of them. There's I Am the Moon 1, Crescent, I Am the Moon 2, Ascension, I Am the Moon 3, The Fall, and I Am the Moon 4, The Farewell. So, Derek Vaughn, I put a comment on the post. Well, you may be getting an invoice this week. you may be getting an invoice this week. So, but if anybody else wants that Tedeschi Trucks, I'm going to put Tedeschi Trucks Band 4 LP. I'm going to go ahead and sell those to Robin Walker. So I already have those on the way, but I guess I need to go ahead and put in for some more new releases from those. Okay, let's see what else I've missed here. We had Lost Boys, Stacy. I got 2 of the Janie Lane sold. Dr. Feelgood. I got 2 from you already. Dr. Feelgoods. Are you asking why you received 2, or have you been invoiced for 2? Probably because you may have claimed one live and then we already had you on a waiting list. Let's see. If you still have, what's the info on Alice Cooper Easy Action? I have that right here behind me, actually. Is it Easy Action? Yeah, I've got it right here. I'll show you that in just a second. James Dawson. Genesis at 11. Genesis at 11. Dirt will be in this week. Dirt ships this week, which is huge. I think we've got 150 of them on the way. Derek, if you don't have an invoice by the end of the day tomorrow, message me and I'll figure out what happened to your Lost Boys soundtrack. Let's see. Genesis at 12. And 2014 Paul Stanley. David C. 101. I did run out. The last person, here we go. David C. Derek Vaughn, you got one. David C. Sorry, I can't say your name. Carasquillo. That's my best attempt. We ran out. So, Derek, you'll be getting an invoice. You'll be getting an invoice, but David, we ran out with you, and then there's more on the way, though, David. The Tedeschi Trucks Band does not come in a box set. That's what's weird. They're sold individually. If you're buying all 4 of them, it will be $119.99, which is about the price of a box set. So that's $119.99. If anybody wants the Tedeschi Trucks, and Brian, let me know, because like volume 1, there's only 24 left, and volume 2, there's 45 left. And then the other 2s, there's 54 and 59. So evidently volume 1 is better material. So you may just want to buy that and try it out. Let's see. Can you get on the pre-order of volume 2? Bob Weir and the Wolves. Let's see that. Third Man stuff may come straight from them. Bobby Weir. Let's see here. Yeah, here it is. Bobby Weir and the Wolf Brothers, Live in Colorado and Live in Colorado 2. Volume 2. So, okay, Volume 1 is a back order. I see what you're saying here, yeah. So that's a back order. Here it is. Bobby Weir and Wolf Brothers, Live in Colorado 2. It's an indie exclusive. It would be $36.99. It's from Third Man Records, and that's due out October 10th, 2017. I got your, I'm not for sure. Do you still have George Harrison Cloud9? The only copy I know of we had the other night, we sold. It was randomly in a bin, so. Janie is pronounced Yanni. Okay, the record we did a pre-order on earlier. Let's see. Okay, we got Genesis at 14, Genesis at 15. Susie's also at 15. Let's see. Okay, so, yeah, I need to put in Kevin and Taylor Black for that Bobby Weir here. All right, so what I'll do, I'll go ahead and start a new tab for that, which is Bobby Weir. I had no idea. That's why I was asking, please tell me about pre-orders, because some of the stuff, W. Taylor Black and Kevin Kubina, I've got y'all down for those, and Brian Humble. I guess is that the same Bob Weir from Grateful Dead, or is that somebody else?
Or is that like his son or something? Let me know. Let's see, Kevin Kubina. And who else said they won one? Brian Hummel. George Buchanan. That's an indie exclusive from Third Man's record. That's Bobby. Okay. So I have 4 people down for it. Alright, so let me go ahead and make sure I don't forget to order that. I'm going to put in for 5 unless I have more comments between now and then. Alright, so the last bid I remember seeing on Boston, which I think, make sure I don't reset, I have R.M. Lazelle at 7 on this Boston. And that is going twice, going 3 times to R.M. Lazelle. It's a VG copy of Boston. VG plus cover, VG on the vinyl of Boston, Don't Look Back. $7 with that to R.M. Lazelle. That's the last bid I see. And then high bid on Genesis right now is $22 with Mick LaFoot. All right. Can you pre-order George Harrison, Let It Roll? George Harrison, let me pull up an image of that first and see what that looks like. George Harrison, Let It Roll. No, that's not in print. I know what that is. No, that is not in print. That record, yeah, it's not even in the database. No, that's long gone. The only George Harrison titles in stock. Let's see. All right, let's see. The All Things Must Pass, Brainwashed, George Harrison self-titled, All Things Must Pass, Gone Tropo, George Fest. They actually have the Uber Deluxe box sets in stock. The $1,200 George Harrison box set. They actually have 6 of those in stock still. Yellow Submarine, and that's all the Beatles stuff. Yeah, and Concert for George is actually in stock. So. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and sell this. Trying to also keep y'all interested in auctions. So I'm going to tag this with R.M. Lazelle. R.M. Lazelle. I'm going to tag you with that. $7. And I got to show this easy action for somebody. And I got a couple more requests to look up there. R.M. Lazelle. Z-E-L-L-E. I'm pretty sure. $7. Now, Genesis, I think we got a war going on Genesis with Susie Breedlove and Mick LaFoot. I got Susie at 25 on Genesis Seconds Out. Let's see. Pink Floyd Animals Reimagined. Let's do these in order. Pink Floyd Animals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Reimagined is still in stock. Yeah, Pink Floyd Animals Reimagined. I can get it in 3 different colors. They have it in, they're $28.99. They have it in pink vinyl, which I think is what I was originally ordering it in. They have it in blue vinyl, and they have Pink Floyd Reimagined, Pink Floyd Animals Reimagined in clear vinyl. Pink, blue, and clear. Who asked about that? Rob Scheffler. $28.99, any of those 3 colors, just let me know. Justin Malden said, Roll Tide. I'll be at the Florida game Saturday. I'm already stressed about it. I also need a Monster. Why is Kiss Hot in the Shade not being released? That is an excellent question. That's one of the few, that and is it Sonic Boom? One of the few Kiss albums that has not been reissued. We have Hot in the Shade and Sonic Boom. Self-titled, Hotter Than Hell, Dress to Kill, all are available. Destroyer, Love Gun, Alive. Now, I hadn't seen a repressing of Alive and Alive 2 in quite some time, but those will be coming. They've done Alive 3 Unplugged, Carnival Sessions. Yeah, everything but those. So, everything but those. There must be a reason. I don't know if we have any deep knowledge Kiss fans on here. I'm sure there's at least 2 or 3. So, okay, let me make sure. But yeah, that's a good question. I could sell the heck out of those for sure. All right. Social Distortion somewhere between. Wasn't there something before that, Kevin? What was the? Or is that later? What was the something Company and Cabina album? What happened to that? I could have swore there was another question about another pre-order. I've lost it. May have to send it again. Rob Scheffler wants one on blue vinyl. I think this one right here was blue. Rob Scheffler, you've got it. Pink Floyd Reimagined on blue vinyl. Let's see here. PF Animals Reimagined blue Rob Scheffler. You got it. Walmart still has the rights to Sonic Boom. Okay. That would make a lot. Okay, Susie's at 25 on that. Final call on Genesis Seconds Out at 25. And here's the Alice Cooper Easy Action. Alice Cooper Easy Action is a gatefold pressing. I hope James Dawson's still watching. That's the original inner sleeve, straight. And this is really clean. I think this is from the Pennsylvania collection. Look at that. Can y'all see that? This is at least EX. It's not pristine, but yeah, pretty nice. $25 start. $25 start. Alice Cooper Easy Action. Final call on Genesis. Let's see here. Where did I get to? Can you get Sun Squabby? Before that was Social Distortion. Hold on a second. Social Distortion somewhere between Heaven and Hell back in print. They're in print. It's just that they may not be in stock, or they're awaiting a repress. Social Distortion. Let's check their catalog. And I'm only checking one distributor, but these people here, they're the best. I can get Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell right now. Music on vinyl for $38.99. Also can get Social. Wow, there's a bunch. Here's one I have never had before. Hard Times and Nursery Rhymes. So there's Social Distortion self-titled, Hard Times and Nursery Rhymes, Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell, White Light, White Heat, White Trash, Live at the Roxy. These are all in stock and ready to ship. And that's it. So self-titled is Music on Vinyl, $38.99. Hard Times and Nursery Crimes is $29.99. I think that's a regular label release. And then Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell and White Light, White Heat, White Trash is also Music on Vinyl. Those are all Music on Vinyl is $38.99. Chad, I didn't get my Godfather in my order, but I paid for it. Can you send? Yes, let me make a note of that. Godfather, I saw your message come through as a push notification. I will give this to Doug, and he will get that shipped in this week's order. Greg Waits needs t-shirt shipped. I'm going to love it when I have this rigged where I can show y'all images on screen. So, Greg Wait. I'm going to put that over here in my sticky note collection. Okay, after that was Brian Hummel's Sun Squabby. Let's do a search for that. Let me leave Social Distortion popped up just in case somebody says they want one of those. That was Sun Squabby. All right. On vinyl, there is absolutely nothing. There's nothing. Nothing showed up on that. RM Lozelle, I've already got Oasis Definitely Maybe ordered. If you want one, let me know. Okay. I'm just now to Pink Floyd, Rob Scheffler's comment. Okay. Drake Milligan. Drake Milligan. This is for Zach Bally. I knew I'd get backed up on comments, so nothing, Zach. Nothing on vinyl. Nothing on vinyl. Coheed and Cambria. That was also for Rob Scheffler. Coheed, and they use an amperstamp. And whoop, I'm typing with one hand because I'm leaning on my other arm. Cambria. Let's see. Is that Vaxis 2, A Window of the Waking Mind? Is that the name of it? They still have it as an indie exclusive. That would be, it's not a cheap one. I could do that one for $44.99. Coheed and Cambria, Vaxxus 2. Yeah, that's the indie exclusive. It looks like the regular release is on colored vinyl too. The indie exclusive shows up as blue. The other one maybe looks clear. But yes, I can get that. I will leave that pulled up too. Let's see. I asked about all free LSD pre-order. You might have answered, but I was dealing with kid drama. Okay, no, I have not answered it. There's no drama here tonight. There's never drama at Coletco, but there's nobody here except me. I think Doug went on vacation this week. He's been in Georgia. Tanner picked out his wedding venue today. Seth is at home watching football. Ed and John was working here today. My mom's always off on Sundays. I think that's it. Off free LSD. Yes, pre-order. I think I've already pre-ordered that for you. No, I haven't. Paul Beal, off LSD pre-order. I will order that for you right now. The indie exclusive. Yes, the indie exclusive. I'm ordering 2 of them. Let me go ahead and write that down when those come in. Off is for Paul Beal. I also did not share this anywhere. I need to share this right quick to our group. Okay, Alice Cooper 25, Alice Cooper 30. How far down am I? Okay, quite a bit. Let's see. Yeah, Steely Dan. I'll start posting Steely Dan pre-orders soon. I don't want to start writing down names now because I feel like that's going to get complicated. But 2 are coming out this year. Can't Buy a Thrill and Countdown to Ecstasy, their first 2 albums. Those are coming out this year on Analog Productions. James Dawson's at 50 on Alice Cooper. Striper album. Striper's not really in print. Striper, the artist Striper, their entire catalog with one of the biggest distributors in the country, pretty much has... There's a new album that I've got to post a pre-order for, The Final Battle. That's on my list. They have 1 album in print, which is a new album, Even the Devil Believes. Striper has nothing in print. There must be some kind of legal issues. Any Rollins Band, End of Silence. Rollins Band. There's Rollins Band Lifetime. That's the only thing. And it's back ordered, meaning it's out of stock. It may or may not ever come in. It may. Could be next week. Could be next year. My Chemical Romance. Any other? I know this is sold to Susie. I got to tag it. And does anybody else want to bid on Alice Cooper before I sell it for $50? Original press of Easy Action on Straight Records. If you're just hopping on, we're doing a casual conversation. I'm looking up stuff for people right now. This was a makeshift setup, so I'm sitting up here at the front counter of the store, auctioning off a couple things at a time. I kind of want to readjust my camera, but it's good for right now. What was the Black Parade? The Black Parade is in stock, David C. The Black Parade is in stock. I can get that for you, and it would be $33.99. The Black Parade, $33.99. I will leave that open in case you say you want one before I get back down to the bottom. Okay. Hot in the Shade was the issue in blue vinyl. Alice Cooper. We already have a $50 bet on this. I'll take a Heaven and Hell. I have the other ones, and that was Rich Recore. What was that for? Social Distortion. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and order 2 of those. We'll probably sell at least one during the live sale, then have to have a wait list. That was Social Distortion for Rich Recore, and that was Heaven and Hell. That was Rich. I think on Facebook you're just Rich Recore. You're watching on YouTube tonight. Okay. Greg said thanks. Thank you. I need to make a post about that. Bush, Razor Blade Suitcase, and Sea of Memories. Both of those are awaiting repress. I definitely have them back ordered, meaning I'm waiting for those to be pressed. I have them ordered, just waiting for them to be pressed. You get to pick which titles you get. Well, I pick out, on Japanese vinyl, I pick out what I think is going to sell. So we only really get, yes, I get to pick, but so basically if you have suggestions, you can send them to us or let me know right now. But I kind of pick and choose. I know kind of what people's looking for. And R.L. Mazel said, I'll take one. Now, here's where my memory is going to kick in. I think he asked about Coheed and Cambria. I already forgot what he asked about. I'll have to leave that up. If I'm looking up something for you, let me say, I'll take, and then the title of it, because I'll forget by then. R.L. Mazel wants something. Let me write that down. I'll have to keep a track here. R.L. Mazel, something pre-order. All right. Let's see. Anthony Games, new LP. Anthony Games. I'm not familiar with Anthony Games. All right, did this get any new bids? I don't think so. Let me go ahead and tag these so I can get two new up. All right, this is going to go to James Dawson. James Dawson for 50. That was Alice Cooper. Easy action. James, I'm not going to put it back in this sleeve because it's an old sleeve. I'm going to lay it right up here. I will put that in a new sleeve for you. And then this is sold to Susie Breedlove for 25. I can't see. I have to watch down here on my phone. Let's see what else is in this crate. $1 start auctions next, which is what, well, except for Alice Cooper, what we've been doing. Here we go. This is a sealed copy of Lou Reed Mistrial. Sealed with hype sticker. No cut. It does have a cutout. It has a saw mark right here. $1 start. Lou Reed Mistrial. Sealed copy. Deep Purple, made in Japan. 2 LP. White Warner Brothers label. Near mint. This is very nice. Let's see if the other disc is this nice. $1 start. Deep Purple, made in Japan. Highway Star. Child in Time. Strange Kind of Woman. Lazy. Smoke on the Water. The Mule. Space Trucking. $1 start. Okay. Let's see. Anthony Games. Anthony Games. Was that a misprint? Oh, that says. My bad. That doesn't say Anthony Games. That says Anthony Gomes. Sorry, Randall Lester. Pre-order. It comes out this week. They've already shipped some. There's 51 left, Anthony. It's high voltage blue on orange and yellow colored vinyl. They will be $28.99 if you want one. If you want one. I'm going to leave that up too. So if you want one, Randall, say, I'll take an Anthony Gomes. Okay, next was Dakota with, do you have Judas by Fozzy? I don't. Let's see if they do. No, it's back ordered. That must be, I will put in for 2. Looks like we ordered it back on August 31st, 2021, and it never did ship. So it has not been in print in a year now. It has not been in print in over a year. Okay, Phantom of the Opera. No, that's been the 2004. That's been a heavy request. That might be out of print. So about probably the only way you can get one of those is, well, let's see. Let's not speak too quickly. Yeah, there's nothing on vinyl, Phantom of the Opera, available in print. So that means it's out of print. I doubt they reprint it. If they do, it'll be like a new release. It'll be a new release, and there'll be a pre-order and everything. But I don't see. There's 10. Hold on a second. Let's see. Iron Maiden. You search Phantom of the Opera and Iron Maiden pops up. Yeah, there's nothing available, Molly. So that's one of those that, you just never know. REM. No, if I've had REM, the REM titles I've had recently is all I can get. Believe me. If there's any new REM coming out, I will post it in the group. So, yes, Susie, I got you down for those two. Alice Cooper. Rush, Caress of Steel. Rush, Paul Bill said thank you, and Jason Kent said he wants one too. Okay, let me write that down. Let's talk about Rush. I could start talking about Rush for a while. Rush's catalog isn't really in print. It's available to order, but it's not. They're not pressing them. They press. You just never know. So I think what they do is they see distributors taking pre-orders for stuff, and they kind of know the demand. That's why when Clockwork Angels came back in print, it was the 10th anniversary, and they was like, okay, well, there's a huge demand for this, and they pressed a bunch of them. But everything else, we don't know when it's coming, where it's coming from. I mean, we kind of know, I guess, where it's coming from, but pretty much a catalog like Rush's, if something comes back in print, it's going to be a surprise for everybody. Probably even the band, probably Alex and Getty, they probably don't even know what's going on. So it's between their label and, the manufacturer. But something like that, if they press a new batch of Rush, Caress of Steel, or Fly By Night, or even some of those later albums, they will just be a surprise. I have them back ordered, hundreds of them, but we never know. So, where do you put your ultrasonic? The ultrasonic is right here next to me. The ultrasonic is right here next to me, and it usually is in the back room, but we keep it up front now because when Josh and Ed's working, they clean. John does everything by hand, and they clean other batches as well up here. So, okay. Blackberry Smoke. Which titles on Blackberry Smoke? Casual conversation. I will do it as many Sundays as we can. About Sunday is the only night this is really available. Fish, Sigma Oasis, and Blackberry Smoke Whirlpool Wheel. Okay, I hadn't probably scrolled down far enough to see any. I know there's people bidding on that because I can see it on my other monitor. I just hadn't got down far enough. But let's see. What was? Y'all are gonna see me pop my neck a lot. I have to go to the chiropractor about every. Well, I probably should go every week, but. What was I just looking at? Fish. Let's see what's in stock. Fish, Sigma Oasis. Brian, it is in stock. It would be $33.99. Fish, Sigma Oasis. And there's plenty in stock if you want one. I'm going to leave that pulled up. Let's see. What was the other one? Blackberry Smoke. Blackberry Smoke. Nothing is in stock. And that title, the Whippoorwill, that's not in, that's none of that's even on here. So, let's see. We're looking for John Cougar, Mellencamp, Scarecrow, and Boston. I can get those. Sophie already says, I think, can you get Radio Company? I'm assuming that's the artist. Boy, I learn about something new every day. It's amazing. There is nothing on vinyl from Radio Company, as long as I spelt that correct. RM was L. Oasis, maybe, definitely. Okay, I got you. Oasis, definitely. Yep, RM was L. Thank you, RM. Sorry I'm a little behind. I'm trying to answer every question in order so I don't miss any. So we're going to get a backup, which is a good thing. I'm glad y'all at least asking questions. Let's see. Mistral made Rolling Stone's best album of the 80s when the issue came out November 89. Okay, Deep Purple. Deep Purple 5, Deep Purple 5, Deep Purple 10, Deep Purple 10, Deep Purple 10. Mark Capellina's at 3 on Lou Reed. 3 on Lou Reed, and I ain't got to the bottom yet. Randall Lester said I'll take it, and that was for the Anthony Gomes. Does anybody else want one of those? I'm going to go ahead and put in for 2 of those and write down his name. That was Randall Lester. That was the Anthony Gomes. Oh, I did that backwards. Anthony Gomes. That's Randall Lester that wants it. Okay, I've got that ordered for you, Randall. It should be in this week. Any porcupine tree? That's a good question. I've ordered some before for people. That's always a popular request. Porcupine tree. In stock is now a lot of these are imports, meaning they're probably going to be more than they should be. So Stupid Dream is in stock. It would be $51.99. Lightbulb Sun is in stock. It would be $51.99. Octane Twisted 4LP box. It's in stock, $89.99, and that's it. And then Closure and Continuation, which is their newest album. So Stupid Dream, Lightbulb Sun, and Octane Twisted are only 3. Now, like, you can back order the Incident, and it may come in next week, and we may not see it for like a year. So, you know, like when I search Rush, there's not much in stock. But if I didn't back order some of these, then I would never get them. Let's see, Dune soundtrack. I think we got Dune in stock. I think. I'll check though. Let me search that. Deep Purple 15. Let me search Dune before I forget. Dune. Let's see what pops up if I just do it under art. Soundtracks are hard to search sometimes because if you just, I think that's the issue. So was there a new Dune movie? What's going on here? Let me pull that up. I'm going to put this up here, Rob, so I don't forget about it. Make sure also, let's see what we look like over here. Make sure everything's running okay. All right, so Social Distortion, I got those ordered. I'm closing that out. Coheed and Cambria, I never did get a yes or no on that one. I've still got that opened, so I'm going to leave that open. My Chemical Romance, I don't have those ordered yet for whoever asked about that. Dune is pulled up there. And what was the other results? Fish. All right, I've still got Fish pulled up for whoever asked about that. All right, so the next request was Interpol. Let's see here. Interpol. That was for Corey Wade. Interpol, we've got Antics, Our Love to Admire, and Self-Titled. Our Love. None of those are in stock, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order, actually, Self-Titled. Interpol Self-Titled is in stock, Corey. It would be $29.99. I'm going to order one, and then I'm going to back order the other ones. Who knows when they'll come in. Actually, Antics has shipped, or Antics is a higher seller than Interpol. That tells me they've ordered or they've shipped some recently. Let me go ahead and write that down just in case you do say you want it. That was for Corey Wade. All right, now. Deep Purple 18, Deep Purple 20, Deep Purple 23, Deep Purple 25. Let's see. What's the sound? The only sounds in this room right now is a ceiling fan. The TV's muted. I even got the air off. I think that's why I'm halfway sweating. Chicago is not covering right now, which is not good. That's the update. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. I'll take 150. That was Brian Hummel on the fish. Sigma Oasis. All right. I'll do that for Brian Hummel. That was fish. Sigma. Brian Hummel. Deep Purple 28. Do you know anything about Duran Duran's 90s albums being repressed on color vinyl for, well, let me search Duran Duran and see what's in the system. I hadn't heard that. Let's see here. Who asked that? Jeff McIntosh. Here they are. All You Need Is Now, Red Carpet Massacre, Astronaut. Those are new, those are 90s deep, 90s Duran Duran albums, and Metazaland. Metazaland. All You Need Is Now, Red Carpet. Yeah, those are 4 Duran Duran albums now on pre-order. My distributor has a lot of imports on sale, and I got to go through that spreadsheet. So I gotta do that. Jeff, I'll probably post those in the group officially. So okay, Radio Moscow, Bob. I'm assuming that's a. Let me write that down though. That was Duran Duran. I know these auctions are taking forever, which I knew they were. But if I lose my spot here, there's no going back. Well, I could, but I would miss everybody's question. So let's see here. Let's see. Black screen. Let me make sure my thing is. Uh-oh. I saw that pop up on my monitor. Let me fix that right quick. Or let me check on that. Jonathan Berg. Let's see what's over here. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, mine's still working. All right, let me get back down to the bottom. Okay, let me get an update on the auctions just so everybody knows where we're at on that. Let's see. We had Jonathan Berg at 28 on this Deep Purple. And I think we had Mark Capelliner at $3 on this Lou Reed. So, let's see. Make sure I hadn't missed anything here. I think Corey Wade was in on the Interpol. Yeah. Okay, that's that. I'm still figuring out Duran Duran. I've got that wrote down. I'll post those in the group. Dune, still working on that. All right. Okay. Now, so let's get an update. Let's kind of do a reset here on the auctions. I've got this Lou Reed, made in Japan, 2LP, near mint, vinyl, VG Plus cover. High bid on that is $28. High bid on that is $28 to Jonathan Berg. That's going twice, going 3 times. A lot of comments. I can lose stuff very quickly. Jonathan Berg. And I'm going to do a final call on that. And then the sealed, this is a sealed Lou Reed. That's Deep Purple, not Lou Reed. Yes, thank you. This is Deep Purple. This is Deep Purple. and it's at $28. That's going twice, going 3 times. And then Lou Reed is now at 10 with Brent Raveley. This is a sealed copy of Mistrial, Lou Reed. Sealed, $10. All right. And we also have Deep Purple Made in Japan, now at 30 with Brent Raveley. I think I'm caught up on comments. So, I was going to show, if y'all have any questions about releases, keep them coming. I have all of a sudden got how much, with a couple of quick requests, I've already got $600 worth of pre-orders in our cart, so that happens very quickly. And so, okay. Dishwalla's catalog. I hadn't seen, I know that's one of those artists that I've never really ever seen on vinyl before. But let's see what's in the system, if anything's up for pre-order. Dishwalla. Okay, so Susie's at 15 on Lou Reed, and Brent's at 30 on Deep Purple. That's where we're at. There's nothing, Scott, there's nothing in the system, and I haven't heard anything either myself. I've not heard anything either myself. All right, I'm going to grab a couple things and show you our kind of our Discogs process. And also I can be posting some stuff, which is usually what I do on Sundays here anyway. So, all right, I also need something to drink, which y'all know what's coming. Oh, listen, if this is one that froze and it's remelted, then I'm probably going to have to get right back up and grab another one, but I hope not. So. Let's see here. That one's all right. You never know about something that's brewed with tea, because you never know. Those monsters, they're like, you know, they're half tea, and you know, there's, I guess, good and bad batches of tea they have, because sometimes those just don't taste good. All right, am I witnessing new format or Chad fire all the hell? You're witnessing a rare Sunday show, and that's all we're doing right now. We're just kind of talking, and I'm actually about to do what I would be doing, which is putting stuff on Discogs. Some stuff that's been back here behind the counter, and I'm also experimenting. I've got our YouTube set up. Our YouTube live back up, and I'm also working with that, so we're seeing what happens. Okay, let me see. Let me look up this Thunder Tree record stuff here. All right, so auctions. Lou Reed is at $30 for Brent Raveley. That's now going twice, going 3 times. And Susie's at, I've got these backwards again. Deep Purple is at 30. Deep Purple is at 30 with Brent Raveley. Susie's at 22 on the Lou Reed. That's going twice, going 3 times. Okay, Thunder Tree. So, what do we have here? And let me show you all the process of how I would determine what I would list this for here or on Discogs. This is on the Roulette label, which I'm a fan of this label. There's the cover, Thunder Tree. I'm going to go here to Discogs, and I'm going to type in this matrix number first and see what pops up. RSD-552, and then A. Thunder Tree, all versions. Let's click on that first. Then we're going to scroll down here. This is it's not a white label promo. It's the 1970 Roulette version. There's 8 for sale for $75. Last sold February 28th. So I'm going to open a new tab for the 8 that's available, and then I'm also going to click on last sold and see what we have here. Okay, so I'm on Discogs and I'm looking at what the last one sold for, and then over here on the other tab I've got them what they're active for. The first thing I do is I narrow it down to the United States, because I sell overseas, but just to kind of get pricing within the states. This one here is really clean. The one we have here, it has a scuff that runs across it right there. This is EX. For Discogs purposes, I would probably put VG Plus. And a VG Plus one with, let's see here. Yeah, there's a steel sealed one for 100, or sold for 175. US original sleeve is nice, 66. VG conservatively graded 60, 60, 56. VG Plus 66, a VG 60, and a VG Plus 56. Those are sold prices. This tells me right off the bat this is about a $60 LP. Active, there's a VG for 75, a near mint for 80, and a VG Plus for 119. So the sold ones are in the 60s range, and the cheapest one 75. That tells me if I put this one here for $60, it will be incredibly competitive. This is a really clean copy. Let's see what the jacket looks like. The jacket is, looks like it's maybe got a little wet here before. The jacket's VG minus. It also has a DJ copy, not for sale sticker on that. So this Thunder Tree album, I'm going to list it on Discogs. Unless anybody wants to buy it right now, that would be ideal. I'm going to post it right now for $59.99. And I feel like that is a very competitive price for the ones I'm seeing active and sold. So I'm going to go media condition VG Plus. I'm going to say the sleeve is good plus. And I'm going to put vinyl is strong VG Plus. Cover is cover appears to have, it has light water damage along the seam here, along the opening seam. Yeah. And DJ copy, not for sale, stamp on the back. One of those available, $59.99. Somebody wanted to buy something that was on our Discogs page, so yeah, okay, that's available for sale. If anybody knows what this is, I think James Dawson just put that Thunder Tree is an interesting psychedelic rock album. Somebody else was watching one night when I originally showed this, and they was like, whoa, can't believe you have that. So if you're into psych rock, I now have the cheapest one listed on Discogs, especially for a VG Plus. There's a near mint one that's $35 more, $40 more. Okay, let's see what I've missed in the comments. I see that Susie says she's out on Lou Reed. Susie's out on Lou Reed, and Brent says no Deep Purple. He was not bidding on Deep Purple earlier. He was just bidding on Lou Reed, which I'm going to go ahead and sell him Lou Reed. So let me get this straight, Brent. You was never bidding on Deep Purple. If you was not, I'm going to sell it to Jonathan Berg. I am going to sell you Brent, Rabley, Lou Reed for $40. that is sold to you. Now the Deep Purple here, if Brent, if you was not bidding on that, that is sold to Jonathan Berg for $28. Well, let me do a final call on that. Deep Purple made in Japan, $28. Final call to Jonathan Berg. That's right there. Let me grab something else. Wow, those have been up for a half hour, but I didn't know what the flow was going to be like tonight. It's more so about us talking and looking stuff up and me talking than selling. So if you're looking just to buy, it's going to be a very slow process. Let's put up a Chicago album. This is a near mint copy of Chicago Hot Streets. It's from that Franklin collection. Hit song on this, Alive Again. No Tell Lover, that's the two I know. Chicago Hot Streets, original inner sleeve. Disc is near mint, and that's a $1 start. Chicago Hot Streets. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's do this Duke Pearson, the Phantom album. Are you entering the numbers listed on the record label that pops up all the info? I am first looking up the Discogs number, or excuse me, the Matrix number. The Matrix number, which is in the dead wax here. See the label? The dead wax around the number. That is the best way to really figure out what you have when it comes to pressings. So let me lay this, let me pull out the inner sleeve too. I'm going to go ahead and tag Jonathan Berg with that Deep Purple. Chicago, 568. 28 on Deep Purple. Now, what else was in here? And I will show you what I'm doing with those matrix numbers in just a second. Let me put up something else. The Monkeys. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys is a 19. I think this is a, let's see, when did this come out? 68? Yeah, 68. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. This has an ugly looking scuff on it right here. Pretty ugly looking scuff. That's a UK pressing. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. $10 start. $10 start, the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. UK. This has Daydream Believer on it. And Valerie. 1968. That scuff does not affect playback. $10 start. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. 1968 UK pressing. Monster. Now, let's look at this Duke Pearson album. So I'm going to go to Discogs and put in Blue Note. I'm just going to start typing this in. BNST. I'm going to put a space. 84293. Duke Pearson. Now, up in the dialog box, it has all versions. There's going to be a lot of different versions. These jazz records are very difficult to figure out. We have a US, so I'm on now like a format thing where I can filter it. I'm going to narrow it down to US, which narrows it down to 5 copies. And let's see the differences here. I don't know if you can tell without clicking on them. All right, let me open them up in new tabs. Let me open that one, and that one. There's 3 different versions. Wow. Blue Note stereo. I think they got just different tabs for them. First pressing. Blue Note Records. Characteristics of this first pressing. Blue and white labels with Blue Note Records, a division of Liberty Inc. Check. Label layout with typeface to Phantom and without producer credit at bottom of album title on labels in a small caps, unlike the Phantom. Now it's getting complicated. Matrix Van Gilder. I see that. Wow. Faint one more. This is so confusing. So what's the difference in pricing though? Before I get too deep into some of these, I'm like, let me see the difference in price, because there'll be 5 different versions, but they'll all be about, yeah, I mean, all of them. One of them is the median's 58, one of them the median's 65, and the other one the median's 100. But you know, before you can list it here on Discogs, you really have to figure out what you've got. What do we have at price tag? And the highs are 127, 150, and 221. So there's one that's sold as much. We got 99.99 on ours, and it's very clean. So I'm gonna have to do further. That's like, some of these I've taken as much as 20 minutes trying to figure out which one I have. I'm gonna put that on Discogs, but I've just seen there was about like eight boxes of stuff I'm gonna have to check off. But that is a lot of stuff to look at on that one. Okay, where are we at on Chicago? We had 16, 18, 20, and 24. Did anybody bid on the Monkeys? Looking for a $10 start on the Monkeys. James Dawson said, I think the UK version got is eventually in the US. Greatest hits basis. Well, that's good to know. Okay, we have Monkeys at 12 with Bill Toe. Bill Toe, you've got the Monkeys for $12. Aaron Lazelle is at 25 on Chicago. Let's look up this right here. This is Loretta Lynn's. I'm pretty sure it's her first single. It's on the Zero label. Chicago and Green Bay. It's getting tighter. They'll keep it close. They don't want anybody to fall asleep, them to lose viewers. Okay, this is 45-0-1110A. 110A. Let's see if that pops up. Let's see. 45-0 space. Let's put a space there. 1110A. No luck. I'm going to put Loretta. Let's put in the catalog number. Loretta Lynn. And then I'm going to put in the catalog number. Z-O. There it is. Okay. Wow. One from $400. Let me go to all releases, though, because I think there's different versions of this. What song do we have here? Whispering Sea. Heartaches Meet Blues. That's a different word. Where are we at here? RM's out on Chicago. Let's see. We've got Susie's at 26, going twice, going 3 times. Bill Toe's at 12 on the Monkeys. Final call on both of those. $12 on the Monkeys, the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys, and 26 on Chicago. Final call. Yeah, this is a complicated one. And John has to deal with this all day trying to look this stuff up. We got Loretta. Let me restart. Loretta Lynn. And this is, let me type in this reference number. Z-O dash, here we go. Heartaches Meet Mr. Blues. Aha. Okay, this is it. Yes, I have found it. Loretta Lynn, Heartaches Meet Mr. Blues, New Rainbow, on the Zero label, 1960. I think this is her first or second single. Last sold March 14th, 2022. Lowest 50, median 70, highest 80. Let's open that up in a new tab. And one from sale for $39.99, and it's a good plus. Wow, that's pretty low grade. This one's a lot better than good plus. This is a VG plus or better. This is a VG plus or better. Say mono on. No, this is, no, I seen that release you were looking at, Craig. It was a little bit different. That was that other one. This is, Heartaches Meet Mr. Blues and New Rainbow, James Dawson as well. What does Discogs take to fee itself? 8%. 8%. So, all right. Okay. I'm going to list that. Let me put it back in the sleeve right quick. I'm going to post that right now. Let's go ahead and tag these. So Bill Toe gets the Monkeys for 12. And Susie gets Chicago for 26. Susie, Breed Love, 26. Okay. I'm going to put up 2 new ones before I get into doing that. I've got in this crate, let's work out of the back. There you go. $1 starts. Eric Clapton backless, a VG Plus. Eric Clapton backless, a VG Plus. Walk Out in the Rain. This also has the gold foil. I think some of the reissues didn't have this. Walk Out in the Rain. Watch Out for Lucy. I'll Make Love to You Anytime. Roll It. Tell Me That You Love Me. If I Don't Be There by Morning. Early in the Morning. Promises. Golden Ring and Tulsa Time. Promises. What a great song. This has a generic wide inner sleeve. There's the label. It's a nice looking VG Plus, not just saying that. $1 start. $1 start on Eric Clapton backless. $1 start. We have Crosby, Stills, and Nash. That's the name of the artist and the name of the album. This is a VG copy. $1 start. Bid in the comments. This is a 4-digit Atlantic, 1841 Broadway. Classic. $1 start. VG copy. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. I've listened to this way too much. Never enough, actually. All right. Let's list this Loretta Lynn on Discogs. So I've got this version right here. I'm going to put sell this item. This one, oh, I didn't pull up the sales histories actually. Let's see what a VG Plus is selling for. VG Plus $70, VG Plus 50, VG 50, Near Mint 74, and VG 80. Wow, that was back in 2016 though. That's irrelevant. Doesn't matter what something sold for 6 years ago. So March, $70, and the only one active is 39, and it's a good plus. So I'm gonna say this is a VG Plus, generic sleeve, no grade, and the vinyl on this is, I'm gonna put nice VG Plus. So 70. I'm gonna put mine on there for $59.99. $59.99 for the Loretta Lynn single. $59.99 for Loretta Lynn single. So if anybody wants to buy that, that's an early 1960 Loretta Lynn single, $59.99. That's probably going to be selling on Discogs pretty soon. We have 10 on Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and we have 7 on Eric Clapton from what I can see up here. I think we're caught up. Okay, what's the next record? We have, let's see what this HY Sledge is. HY Sledge bootleg music. I need to go get those Carnigans records. There might be somebody watching wanting to buy those. By the way, we got 80 people watching. There's 59 on Facebook and there's 19 on YouTube. So thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to be doing this about another 30 minutes or so. And then I'm going to make this hopefully a regular thing. Maybe we can figure out how to do it. It looked like the most effective thing for me was to be able to show y'all pre-orders, which I can do on that laptop. Next Sunday, maybe we can go through live with pre-orders, and I can show y'all stuff, and you know, we can go through that. So let's look up this H. I'm gonna leave that Duke Pearson pulled up. I just listed the Loretta Lynn. Let me open up in a new tab this for HY Sledge here. We've got the SS label. There's not enough matrix numbers, I can tell you that. So let me just type in HY Sledge. And we're going to put in bootleg music. HY Sledge, bootleg music. This is SS International regular release, US 1971. 4 for sale, 1050, 13, 22, and 60. Let's open up last sold and let's look at the ones for sale. I'm hearing what sounds like water flowing through a pipe in the background. That's our air conditioning. It's amazing y'all can hear it that well. I'm assuming. I don't know what that is. I'll have to go back and re-listen, and then I'll maybe figure it out when I repost this, but I'm not for sure. Yeah, our AC is very loud. When we have coin and knife auctions in the background, it's so loud we have to turn it off, and I'm back there like sweating. So, all right, let me slide this back in the sleeve so I go ahead and update everybody on these auctions. So, let's go back up to the top. We had 10 on Crosby, Stills and Nash, 10 on Clapton. What is the Birds and Bees? John, we just sold that at auction. It was a 68 UK pressing. We sold that for $12. It's already gone. We have Clapton for 15. Yeah, I guess if you're watching on both, I guess we don't have that many. We probably have more like 60 people watching. We have 15 on Clapton. We have 15 on Crosby, Stills and Nash. We have 20 on Crosby, Stills and Nash. And I hadn't figured out the line on the black line on the screen either. Time for some Monster. I don't know what that is. I may re-experiment tonight. I may go live like really late tonight and see if I've got all this figured out, because I want to use this setup if we have a live sale tomorrow. I don't think this thing's even working. I think it's the camera. Well, I don't think GoPros have a camera. I don't know what's... Let me lay this right here. There's my mic. Now y'all tell me if the sound went away or if it's quieter. Susie's at 24 on Crosby, Stills and Nash. That's going once, going twice. And Clapton's at 16 with James Ashenbrenner. Worse. Okay, so maybe this thing is working. It may just be really sensitive. I don't know. I'll leave it right there. I don't like it tickling my neck anyway. Bob Lotion. Okay. Then that's a microphone coming from, I mean, it's either coming from the computer. I don't know. I don't know how my sound is working right now. I honestly have no clue where my mic is. I guess it's somewhere up here on either my laptop, the monitor, the GoPro. So anyway, as long as y'all can hear me, I'll get it fixed before we have a serious show. I'll make sure it's okay, then it's probably the GoPro mic. I think Chicago is, Crosby, Stills and Nash is at 24. Clapton's at 16, final call, and Crosby, Stills and Nash is at 24, Susie, final call. I was in the middle of listening this. I was putting stuff on Discogs live here. Bootleg music, HY Sledge. I just pulled up the sales history. I was about to put ours on there. VG Plus, $20.99. A near mint one for $60. A VG Plus for $24.99. A near mint one for $60. A VG Plus for $29. So it looks like this is a $20 to $30 record. A near mint one sold for 60 British pounds. And active, there's a VG Plus for 30, and let's filter it to US. There's a near mint for 36. Wow, a near mint for 36. That's a pretty good deal. Of course, they may be overgrading. 50. Okay, so I'm going to put ours on there for $29.99. That's going to beat all prices. That's going to beat all prices. Sell this item. Let's see here. Maybe your stomach growling. I have only ate once. Mom cooked Sunday dinner. I've ate once, and that's all today. I'll probably go eat some very unhealthy fast food here in a minute. I totally bugged out and couldn't get back on for several minutes. Not sure what happened on Lou Reed. Brent, you got Lou Reed, and you did not get Deep Purple. So, there you go, shake. Okay, let me put HY Sledge on here. Let me confirm the condition of this. Yeah, this is super clean. I'm about to sell these two Clapton too. Let me check the cover on this. It's not too bad. Okay, vinyl is very clean. VG Plus. Cover shows average shelf wear. Sleeve condition, VG Plus. One, and I'm putting ours on there for $29.99. $29.99. List item for sale. Active. I need Chicago to score a touchdown. Actually, yeah, they don't need a field goal. I need them to score a touchdown. Kathy's at 18 on Clapton. Susie gets Crosby, Stills, and Nash for 24. Susie Breedlove, and that is $24. All right, Kathy, I was about to sell it. Kathy's back in on, or Kathy is in on Clapton at 18. Next $1 start auction before I start looking at it. Also, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to talk about anything? Does anybody want me to just sit here and ramble about something? Groovin', the Young Rascals. Kathy has Clapton for $18. Groovin', the Young Rascals, in shrink wrap. It has a hop sticker on it that says, "This LP has the big hit, How Can I Be Sure?" There's some kind of sticker that's been peeled off, but that's all in the shrink wrap. Original Atlantic inner sleeve. Sorry for that black line going through the screen. I hadn't figured that out yet. And I'll tell you what, side one here does not look VG Plus. Where did he come up with VG Plus on this? I guess there's a couple of sleeve scuff. This is a very clean copy. Young Rascals, Groovin'. And I'm gonna need a $10 start. I'm gonna need a $10 start on that, which is like, I'm afraid to start this one at $1 because I'm afraid it's gonna sell too cheap. $10 start on the Rascals. In shrink wrap, it's better, in my opinion, it's better than VG Plus. John knows what he's doing though, so we're gonna have to call it a VG Plus, but in my opinion, it's better than that. That's a really clean, it's an OG press too. All right. James Ashbrenner was at 19 on Clapton. This was fun, signing off. Thank you for watching, Rob. We can't bet on games in Florida, but I have an outlet. Yeah, sports betting now in Tennessee, it's at the Tennessee game, everybody around us. It's amazing. I was like, man, these people are making billions. Clapton. The Clapton up for sale is Eric Clapton backless. It's a VG Plus vinyl, VG Plus cover. How did you get my music? Music knowledge? Music knowledge is just inherently like just from buying and selling stuff, buying and selling collectibles over the last 15 years. So it just, you see how I'm looking stuff up on Discogs, and you see what I'm doing here. You do this every day for a job for the last 15 years. It just kind of gets embedded in your mind. But there's no telling how many hours I've spent looking through books, eBay, Discogs, PopPsych is another valuable website. But you just do it every day, and it kind of, you know, I'm a coin dealer. I also buy and sell comic books and toys, pocket knives, and records. And I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that could be 5, but you know, what Nat King Cole? Bob, I can't answer that question. I can't answer what Nat King Cole records I have, but I can tell you I have a bunch, and I can let you know though. Young Rascals, 10 with Brent Rabley. John Young at 11. Chad, I gotta say I love what you do. Used to have tons of shows. Now I have little ones. These sales a highlight. Yeah, so a lot of people tell me, you know, there's a lot of people that say, Chad, I don't understand why people watch your sales when they can go to a local record shop. And I tell them the same. Here's my generic answer. They're like, why would somebody want to watch on Facebook? You know, it takes out all the fun. I was like, no, it does not. First of all, a lot of people, like myself, I don't have time to go to record stores. I haven't now, let's see, I was going on Sundays. I was going to Nashville on Sundays and kind of making a route. I haven't done that in like 2 months. And this time of the year, because of college football and football, I won't go to a record shop for months probably. If I go in one, it might be when we go down to Louisiana for the Tennessee game. I don't have time to. And so a lot of people who can't get out, they don't like to get out, they don't have time to go to their local record shops, they watch my sales, and I bring it. I mean, most of y'all right now are probably watching at home. If not, you're watching at work. So I like going in record shops too, but I kind of do all the work for you. You can buy from, but yeah, and a lot of people do both. You know, some people shop, they go, I see people, our customers, they're every day in a record store. And sometimes I'm like, man, how do y'all have time to go to a record store every day? So we do a little bit of both. And I think the people, y'all that watch, know if you're buying something from us, you know, it takes a lot of expense out on y'all's side. So some people's like, man, you know, somebody paid $15 for that. I've seen it in my shop for $8. Well, yeah, but they're also watching from their living room. We've cleaned it and sleeved it, and we're going to ship it to them, and they got to buy it in a unique setting on Facebook. So that's where a lot of people don't understand that. And plus, to hunt down some of these, if you waited for it to show up at your local record store or local record stores, you might be waiting for years. So that's... Let's see, but that was answering Brian's question, so, or elaborating on Brian's question. Alan Parsons, Eye in the Sky, mint condition, $18. Yeah, that's getting to be a hard OG copy. I mean, we usually price our near mint ones for $19.99, and I don't think we have any right now. So I don't have any. So Kathy's at 20 on Eric Clapton. Kathy's at 20. I think James Ashbrenner. So we need Chicago to score a touchdown. Sounds like you're at the beach. It's my air conditioning, I guess. So, okay, 12 on Young Rascals, 13 on Young Rascal. Any Megadeth comics? Not that you sell baseball cards. Yes, I do. What's about vinyl that hooked you? Well, mostly my family was very musical. You know, nobody was like a musician or anything except my uncle, which I never did really know. He died when I was kind of young. But we've just always been a family gatherings. You know, we're always listening to music, and it was usually the kind of music I like, you know. were always talking about it. And so me being a collectibles dealer, you know, music was just one of those many categories I could, you know, buy and sell. How do you know so quickly if it's a club? Usually the back, like sometimes on the back, it wouldn't be on this album, but sometimes on the back there's a CRC, or down at the bottom it says Columbia Record Club or Columbia House Records. There's sometimes on the back of the cover, Greg, or if you want to peek at the label, there's CRC. You know, there's things on the cover though sometimes at the bottom that tells you that. So. It is frozen. I see what y'all mean now when it freezes on Facebook. Mine froze too. You have to go back and find it. If you're watching on Facebook, I think it just froze, which, see, I don't understand why it does that. We don't know why it does that, so. Okay, it's either or and you can shop online and buy in the stores. That's true. Do you have an in on cartridges? Zach, you might want to explain that question again. There's none out here. What is the strangest thing you or your team has ever found inside of an album sleeve? John has found some. First of all, Brent Rabley's at 13 on this. Carolina evenings, most convenient for my schedule. That's what most people tell me. Strangest thing, we found artwork, we found marijuana, we have found pornography. Probably pornography and marijuana is the strangest things we found in records. That's a good hiding spot. People used to slip it down in the jackets. So, Brent Rabley's at 15. As I get older, it's hard to stand up bent. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people's like, man, I don't like standing in a record store for hours. You know, it hurts my back too. Probably because I'm overweight. And I have a bad back to begin with from golfing. But let's see, Chad, you bought the one close to me. Yeah, I've bought out a few record stores the last 5 years. I bought out 3 record stores. They were just closing. You know, it's not like I went in and was like, this is a takeover. I just went in and been like, you know, have you ever thought about selling out? And all 3 people said, yeah, I'll sell you everything I got, and we make a deal. 16 on the Young Rascals, 17 on the Young Rascals. Let's see here. 18 on Young Rascals, 19. Okay, so here's where we're at. I'm at 19 on the Young Rascals. And Eric Clapton, Backless. Eric Clapton, Backless is at 20 with Kathy Amos. James Ashbrenner, you were back up on that, but I'm about to sell it to Kathy for 20. And the Young Rascals is at 19 with Brent Rabley. What would your advice on someone that might be thinking of opening a record store in today's environment? That's a lot of risk. I'd say if you want to open up a record store in 2023, I doubt you can do it between now and the end of the year. You could. I would say be prepared for, man, I don't know. You need to be prepared on how to get inventory. I think most shops, a lot of people have they'll have a collection, like they have a lot of records, and like, man, it'd be really cool to open a record store. Those people tend to not really make, if you want to do it for profit, I would advise against it. You have to have a pretty big operation. You have to have a way, you need to be buying for like 2 or 3 years of inventory, I would think, to open up a record store. You would need to figure out a way finding the stuff. I mean, think about where we go. We travel all over the country to get these records, and we spend thousands of dollars advertising. So one thing, to get the inventory, I go to a lot of new record shops that's been open, and they're really heavy on new vinyl, and there's not a lot of money to be made in new vinyl. So if you want to do it for profit, you might as well not. But if you want to do it for a hobby, yeah. If you want to do it for profit, you'll be working nonstop though. You'll be long days and hours, and you better have a good plan for inventory. To make this operation go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 11 people here, including my business partner, which y'all don't see or hear about a lot. Henry and his wife Jennifer. There's 11 people here, and you're just talking about the 9 people that's on payroll. That's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you're not going to be dependent on online sales, if you just want to open up one for in person, you know, it would be a really good fun hobby. For a business to make money, it's an endearing feat. So location, yeah. See, like you could rent out a spot in downtown Nashville, but the rent and just overhead, it's we have to sell. There's a reason we have to sell 4 or 5 times a week. We sell 4 or 5 times a week because we have to, because of our overhead. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't recommend opening up a record store because I own one, but if you better have a lot of inventory. Okay, let's sell Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton is $20, and that was to Kathy Amos. I think a lot of people, they open one up and then they sell off a bunch of stuff, and then they don't know how to get anything else. They do that with a lot of antique stores do that too. A lot of collectible stores. They're like, they got a lot of stuff, and they're like, man, I'm gonna open a store, and then they sell it all, and they don't have a plan how to get the rest of the inventory. Okay, let's see. Young Rascals is at 22 of John Young. Very clean copy in shrink wrap, original Atlantic inner sleeve, $22 start on that. Let's see. A lot of monsters. If I missed any other comments, go ahead and send them again. Let's get another auction rolling. I'm gonna put something else on Discogs here in a minute. Let's do the let's see here. Let's do this Temptations record. Did you buy Ernest Tubb? No, I went down there and looked at all that, but there's a reason Ernest Tubb's record shop closed. They just didn't stay with the times. Their store didn't, their inventory didn't. I mean, they were in downtown Nashville, and I didn't go in there much. I may have been in there 1 or 2 or 3 times. What's going on here? Feels like these are super glued in here. But you gotta stay with times. I mean, like, I buy and sell whatever's popular. I mean, I just buy and sell whatever. Yeah, these are just some dust on the sleeves. And also of us, we're just not record dealers. I mean, we have we buy and sell everything. So. Just dust. This is the Temptations. Here's the booklet that comes with it. Temptations 25th anniversary. I know that's upside down, but kind of the history book there. This is 2-record set, 8-page booklet. Yeah, it's a compilation. Get Ready's on here. Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Cloud 9. $1 start. $1 start. Temptations 25th anniversary. That's a compilation. That's a compilation. $1 start on that. The Young Rascals, we now got 3 bidders on the Young Rascals. Jeff McMasters is at 24. Jeff McMasters at 24. Temptations is pretty much a great, I'm not going to call it a greatest hit. It's like a Temptations collected. It has songs from all over their catalog. That's a $1 start. I've listed HY. What was next over here? The Jaids. Let's set that up. I'm going to list this live right now on Discogs, the Jaids. Let's take a look at it. You have any M&M candy dispensers? Yeah, I believe we do. I know we do. I'll have to... Chris, that would be a good thing for you to send a message to our store. That way I see it. And, let's see here. Central Mississippi. Okay. Yeah, we're located here. We're located here in Lebanon, but we have a strong local following. But I mean, right down the road, Nashville, there's a dozen record stores. But most of our customers, I mean, what, we have 60 people watching right now. I'd say most of y'all are not within driving distance of here. So, you know, we've built up, I've spent a fortune advertising online to find buyers that's watching right now. You faithful followers of Coletco, I've done a lot of hours on advertising trying to find y'all so I could continue to sell records. Okay, no luck with the matrix number. Let's just type in the Jaids. J-E-D. I left off at E. Okay, I've got, wow, this is the Jaids, Athena Records, 1969, Funk and Soul, Rhythm and Blues and Soul. I see 4 active on Discogs, a VG 65, a VG Plus 9,900 yen, which is 8,700, VG Plus 1,550 British pounds, which is 169, and a VG for 250. That one is well overpriced. So a VG jacket would be VG Plus, I would describe. Also a crack on the spine. Let's see. Okay, and then let's go over here for Soul. Those were active. And I'll get caught up on the comments in just a second. Okay, we got a VG Plus and shrink wrap sold for $124.99 back in March. That's the only one that has sold this year. And then we had 149 and 123. So what was the actives? 70. So yeah, we had this one priced for 129. That's what I'm gonna put it on Discogs for. 129.99. I think that's a fair price. I'm gonna do it where they can accept. This is something I would be open for offers on, but this is a really clean copy. So the higher end funk and soul stuff definitely ends up usually on eBay or Discogs. Funk and soul and jazz. All right, let's see what we got over here. We had Temptations at $5. $5 on the Temptations from Anthony Hammonds, $25 on the Young Rascals. Chad, have you ordered any new puzzles by chance? I have not. I haven't seen any new ones, but I hadn't looked because we got so many. I over-ordered. I've got all kinds of Aussie puzzles. We've got them stacked up. I got to figure out how to sell those. The mistake I see many record store owners, they take so into their favorite eclectic genres. They fill up stores. Yeah. Doug, That's a good point. I see a lot of people, they'll have like, you know, they're into their own stuff. Me, I'll buy and sell anything, but that's why I'm always asking, hey, what do y'all want to order? Because some people's like, I'm not going to order Foo Fighters. I can't stand them. I'm like, you know, that's one of our best sellers. So, good point. You got to be diverse. Eddie's in Murfreesboro. I go to the store about once a month, watch and buy. Thank you, Eddie. So, I watch every night trying to learn from the best. Thank you, Gary. Godfather. She was on the other night, our t-shirt maker, and I told her while she was on bidding, I told her we need some bigger sizes, so we're going to do that. I've always been afraid to use Discogs. You can trust most of them. I mean, like, I'm on Discogs, and I'm in the, did you say overseas? Yeah, overseas, I mean, you just never know. It's more so not trusting the seller, it's the mail process. But I'll tell you what, the Japanese vinyl, you know, we get that. It's, I mean, of course, y'all see it's immaculate. Y'all get it. We get that from Japan, where we get that from, and it's here in like 3 days. And I think I lost because the game's over, and I don't think Chicago scored again. There went $50. Most of the stuff overseas though is okay. So, okay, Young Rascals is at 26. Young Rascals is at 26. John Young says he's out. Jeff McMaster's in, so it's between Jeff McMaster and Brent Rayleigh. Final call on the Temptations 25th anniversary record for $5 US. I keep saying that because that is very cheap. $5. Anthony Hammonds. Anthony, I'm dragging this out so someone will outbid you. I'm just being honest. But I'm about to sell it though. As soon as I list the Jaids. The Jaids is a VG Plus. The sleeve is a VG Plus. Actually, I'm going to give it a VG because I think this came from that Jazz and Soul collection. They got lightly water damaged. Yeah. Corner. Overall, a VG Plus. Actually, vinyl. Do vinyl first. Vinyl. Very clean. VG Plus. Comma. Maybe better. Cover. Overall VG, but has one corner that was lightly damaged by water. All right, I have one of those, and I'm gonna put that on there. What did I say we had it? That's the price I'm gonna put it on there for. $129. Oh, that's not my quantity. $129.99, and I'm gonna allow offers on that. I'm gonna allow offers. If anybody wants that, go ahead. Okay, Brent's back in on the Young Rascals at 27. He's in at 6 on the Temptations, and so is Jonathan Berg. So, teenagers are getting into, I don't know. Good point. We have a wide range. I've got a kid that comes in here with his father that's not a teenager yet that loves the Beatles. The Beatles, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. I'm going to stay with those 4. And then there's some I could start naming 5, which would be like AC/DC. I'm looking at my rack over here. AC/DC, David Bowie, Tom Petty, Metallica, and then, well, but those first 4, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and who else did I name? Queen. Those 4 artists has introduced so many young people to music. And those are artists that are luckily relatively available on vinyl. But the Beatles, I would say if the Beatles, of course I could say this, if the Beatles never had existed, we may not even be doing this. But let's just say the Beatles was erased from history. I don't know if records would have a comeback. I think their influence is that strong Next would be Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. Those artists have single-handedly brought back this vinyl resurgence, mostly from the young. I'm going to single that to the younger generation, which would be kids. I'm going to say younger than 30. I'm 26 and I'm buying and selling it, but I would say those artists. And the reason for that is most modern music, unless they get into the filter of it, they don't really. Yeah, and then there's a lot of more I could name. They're the dad rock, like the hard rock, like Sabbath and Ozzy, Motley Crue, AC/DC, Def Leppard. That's another generation that also is back in on it. So there's two or three. I think there's young, and then there's people buying back their childhood. A lot of y'all are buying it back. You had all this stuff and you don't have it anymore. Now you're buying it back. Whether you were a teenager in '67 or if you were a teenager in '87, you're wanting to buy a lot of that back. And if you were a teenager in '87, most of that's going to be CD and cassette, but you're wanting to buy it back on vinyl now. And I guess if you were a teenager in '77, definitely you're buying back a lot of vinyl you had, or '67. So, but yeah, that's the three kind of generations that's buying music. Temptations is at $8 with Jonathan Berg, going twice, going 3 times. The Young Rascals, we had 28 with Jeff McMaster. Doug Osbury, Rush, yes. Rush is also on that list. I don't own any vinyl with those 4 artists. Oh my gosh. That's hard to believe. You don't own a Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Queen, or Beatles album? Oh my gosh. Temptations is now at 10. Green Bay 27, Chicago 10. So in Vegas, the final score was Green Bay 27, Chicago 20.5. I still came up short. Brent Rabley's at 30 and Brent Rabley's at 10. The Beatles were among the first to have their catalog put on CD back in the 80s. Yep. Yeah, David Bowie. Yeah, Bowie for sure. Bowie for sure. Tom Petty. I could start the list over again. The Beatles. Here's what I think it is in this order. The Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. Well, Queen. Queen has such an influence on today's resurgence of vinyl and the young generation. It's huge. I guess some of these would be tied. Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin may be tied. Dark Side of the Moon. Metallica, though. Metallica is way up there. Especially now. Especially in the last 2 years. Okay, Anthony's out, so final call on the Temptations at $10 with Brent Rabley. Have different musical tastes. That's true. I'm just naming stuff I know that kids have kind of discovered. But then they expand. Then that's the good thing about it. They get into it and then they start learning about other stuff. Like I turned on Seth and Tanner to Led Zeppelin, and now they're kind of growing into other stuff. I've done experiments with like, hey, why don't you listen to this? And then they, next thing you know, they'll be listening to Yes. So, second tier, The Doors, Fleetwood. Oh my gosh, Fleetwood Mac. There's a huge list there. All the 80s stuff, it's unbelievable. I hadn't even said the Rolling Stones, Brent. The Rolling Stones and Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac probably could, I'd say the Rumors album, but I don't see a lot of kids asking for that. A few. And I say kids, I'm talking about 16 to 22. I don't see a lot of kids asking for Fleetwood Mac, but when they discover it, they love it. But that's not usually what gets them into it. The artist that gets them into it's usually the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. The Stones and the Doors, yeah, their stuff isn't as popular among young as it should be. The Doors, I guess some people first listen to that and they may be a little strange. I don't think, most of my friends that I've got into Led Zeppelin, I don't think they like the Doors too much, which is sad. So, I think it's time to sell a few things. I need to do a final call on the Young Rascals for 30. I'm going to go ahead and sell the Temptations for 10. But that's Brent Rabley's. For 10. It's a good deal. Fleetwood Mac, yeah. Yeah, they hear, I guess Dreams was on a TikTok or something, and it was like, it blew up how popular it was. Jeff's back in on the Young Rascals. Let me throw something else new up. What do we got here? Here's one. This is a good example of something that has had a resurgence. The Sound of Music. Let's put this up for, I'll do this for a $15 start. This is a Japanese press. The obi slides off like that. So the obi is like an attachment that kind of clips onto the top of the cover. $10 start. And the disc is near mint. The disc is near mint. I don't know what I said on that. $10 or $15 start. I would prefer a $15 start, but that's a near mint pressing, Japanese pressing of The Sound of Music. Aerosmith, Beach Boys, Jeff McMaster's at 32 on the Young Rascals. Brent, you're back out. Young Rascals is at 31 with Jeff McMaster. Kiss. Yeah, Kiss is one of those artists where a dad might influence a kid, like, you know, Kiss fans very much so into it, and their dad, you know, they just may grow up around it, and they may or may not follow it. They may be like, I don't like that, and they're listening to more modern stuff, or they fall up kind of in the same likeness, and they start listening to Kiss. So, Brent, he's bidding on YouTube. So we're live. It may be the first time you've seen it, and some other people. He's bidding. We're live on YouTube right now too. It's a simulcast, and I know it's tough to see, but this side over here, the right side of your screen, is the feed, and you kind of have to watch that. He's bidding on YouTube, so you can't see it on your Facebook chat. Your Facebook chat, you can't see it, but he's live on. He's bidding on YouTube. So let me refresh it here and see how it looks. I'm also watching on my monitor, and down here, and over here on YouTube. There we go. Okay, so yeah, he's bidding on that. Okay, so we have Sound of Music 10, Sound of Music 15, Sound of Music 10, Sound of Music 15, Sound of Music 10, Sound of Music 20, Sound of Music 22. All right, so that's what he's bidding on. Jeff McMaster's at 31 on the Young Rascals. And Brent, that's why you can't see it. He's on YouTube. And we'll see. We'll wait for him to say yes or no, and then we're bidding on this right here. Okay, we need a new discussion question. What time is it? I was going to do this till about 11, And we got 2 auctions going right now, which I think is all I can handle. But earlier when the show first came on, I was looking stuff up for people. We can do that again. If you're curious about what's in print, it kind of got bugged down. I think I was trying to do too many at one time, but I'll do that again. It'll be a lot easier and more interactive for y'all when I have it where I can slide the window over to the page where y'all can see images. Brent's back in at 32. Jason's at 25 on The Sound of Music. And now those are final calls again. Any Megadeth in print? No, just their new album and Megadeth Unplugged. I check that almost every day. A lot of the 80s metal and thrash metal groups, I check those. I'm on top of those. So, yes, Cliff. Yeah. Did you watch, Jeff? Did you watch Jamel's Close to the Edge? There's 2 YouTube reviewers. I subscribe to Lost in Vegas on Patreon, and I actually tip them. I actually pay more than what the subscription is because it's so unbelievable how much time I've spent watching their videos. And then also Jamel, he's man, he has hundreds on there, and a lot of that got popular during COVID when everybody was locked in. So okay, Megadeth. Will Hodge, Wings on My Shoes available? Let's check that. Will Hodge. And this is a very laid back setting tonight. If you're watching for the first time, our sales are we've sold about 20 albums tonight in 2.5 hours. Usually we've sold about 300 in about that amount of time. So if you're watching for the first time tonight, this is a very unique and laid back setting. I'm just kind of chit-chatting and selling some stuff, and I'm also putting stuff on Discogs and, you know. That was John Miller, Wings in My Shoes available. It is on pre-order. An indie exclusive pre-order is due out on October 28th, and it would be $31.99, John Miller. And John, if you want one, Wings on My Shoes, indie exclusive, $31.99. Say yes, Will Hodge, and I will order that for you. What's interesting to find, if you can find a copy, is the real Von Trapp children singing songs of Sound of Music. It's a 1960s release. I don't know about that. Darren Bratton's at 33 on Young Rascals. Jeff is out. Brent's back in at 35. Can you check Lawrence Hotel TV pre-order? Lawrence Hotel. Who is the artist and what's the name of the album? I guess maybe Lawrence. Let me try that. Sorry, I've been buying and selling music most of my life, but I still don't know a third of what's out there. It's amazing. Lawrence. Maybe clarify on that one for me, Brian, please. He said yes, Will Hodge. All right, let me go back on that. I'm gonna order one of those. I gotta do a lot tonight, actually. That is for John Miller. That's Will Hodge, John Miller. Anybody else want me to look anything up? Can you talk about Kiss pressings? Kiss pressings. Blue Casablanca, and then like the more tan one. Final call. First of all, final call on this because I want to put up something new. Jason Ivey has the Sound of Music Japanese pressing for 25. Final call. Kiss, I don't want to confirm or deny or say, but there may be somebody. So starting with their first album, I think there's a dark blue Casablanca label. It's like darker blue. Now, there's variants. Like I know there's a misprint on some stuff. If you have like the first 2 or 3 Kiss records, you might want to always try to figure out what you have on Discogs. Any of them are valuable right now for sure and highly in demand. But we were talking earlier in the show. Most of their catalog is in print except for 2 or 3 albums that we don't know why they're not in print. The Blue Casablanca label is usually those first pressings, though. There's a picture of the Bogart man, which I think owned the label on some of them. Some of them doesn't have that. What I would say, if you have a Kiss record on hand and you really want to figure it out, I would put it in the Discogs, because there's some variants that I've found out recently that I don't even know about. So, the last album that featured Blue Casablanca label's Destroyer. So yeah, so self-titled, Hotter Than Hell, Dressed to Kill, those all OGs will be on Blue Casablanca. Now there's variants in with those, but that means if you have any other label besides the blue one, they're going to be represses. Peter Gabriel. Darren Bratton's at 36 on the Young Rascals. It's a VG Plus copy in shrink wrap. It's a very nice VG Plus copy, though. Now I'm going to go ahead and sell this to Jason Ivy, The Sound of Music. Jason Ivy. $25 for The Sound of Music. We're selling this record. This stack here is getting pretty tall. Selling some stuff tonight. I knew we would. And we're going very slow pace. One night I might go live and just do nothing but dollar start auctions, and I'll have 4 or 5 going at once, and it'll be hectic, but it'll be fun. And I may can pause every once in a while and talk. 40 on the Young Rascals with Brent Raveley. Let me get something else rolling. Somebody did I Spy Dark Horse 45 and a sealed Fats Domino. Here we go. This is a near mint copy. It's probably one of their most common, but I know somebody bid on it for a $1 start. This is a really nice copy. Yes, Tormato. Yes, Tormato. Original inner sleeve. Sorry, it's upside down. And this is a $1 start. It's a near mint copy. Really nice cover too. Yes, Tormato. $1 start. By the way, there's this, we have a lot of people asking us if we're on Whatnot. And Whatnot is a new website. I didn't tag that for Jason. Whatnot, we actually was, we got an email from Whatnot. They had seen our Facebook Live sale back when their app was first kind of getting started. And we got signed up and we actually did a show on there. But Whatnot is this thing that a lot of people are wanting us to sell on, but our business is not built. Our business is not built around their format. They have a specific billing. Basically, if you're bidding on something, your card has to be on file, and as soon as you win it, it charges your card right then. And I know a lot of y'all would not like that, because that means you would have either 200 charges on your card every week, or most of y'all that I know almost buy on credit with us, which we don't have credit, but y'all know you have 2 weeks to pay, and some of y'all exercise that to the full limit. Y'all would not be able to buy on there because it would charge your card immediately. So I may do one show on there next week, and just because I have so many people that want me to get back on there, but I personally don't like it. I just don't like it. Mostly because they don't do. We spent 2 years building up this system, and we have a very unique way on how we sell records. I know there's other Facebook sellers, but the quantity we do, we couldn't do it on Whatnot. So, okay. Darren's out on the Young Rascals and Brent's at 40. I'm not going to waste any more time on that. I'm going to sell that to Brent Raveley for $40 because everyone else is set out, and it's also been up for a half hour. Brent Raveley has the Young Rascals for 40. Susie's now at 20 on Yes. RM Lazelle's at 15. I'm going to move Yes up here to position number 1. Ultimate putback bid. Yeah, that would... Most people I don't think a lot of people like it because they have to pay for it right away. I'm like, yeah, that's, and plus, like, if you're on there and you buy a lot of stuff from one seller, you know, yeah. All right, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Hard Promises. Really glossy cover. Up there in the corner, you can see a little bit of a sticker residue. Really glossy, clean cover. This came from that Franklin collection. There is the lyric the insert. There's the lyric insert. It also kind of folds out to a poster. It has the original inner sleeve. And the disc is near mint. I need a $20 start. I need a $20 start on Tom Petty. That's a big reduction from what we had it priced, but this is so nice. So far, nothing's really so cheap tonight where like it's hurt my stomach, but there's been a couple things. That Sound of Music soundtrack, we had that priced almost twice as much. So we've sold some stuff for half of retail tonight at auction. And then we've sold some stuff for more than what I would have stickered it for. So it all balances out for me. So I usually do $1 starts anyway. But Tom Petty, we're getting into our final minutes here. Tom Petty's at 20 with James Ashbrenner. Wife would kill me. Yeah, Whatnot. Whatnot is cool. It will hurt eBay a lot. It's already hurting eBay. But I just didn't like it. I wish I had their integration for bidding built into Facebook. That would be awesome, because that way y'all could be pressing a button bidding instead of trying to do it in the comments and it would just pop up. And I've talked to over the last 3 years, I've talked to app developers about what we do and try to get our own app. But still, I would have to get y'all to leave Facebook and come to our app or our website to watch shows, and just a lot of people's not going to do that. The reason we're so successful is because people's already on Facebook. They're not going to go to somebody's website unless you really build it up. What made you start selling online? To stay in business in 2020 and even before. If you're not selling online, if you got a shop and you're not selling online, then you're truly doing it for a hobby. Well, I mean, there's people that can make money doing it, but I mean, if you want to get big, or grow, if you're trying to grow, like I'm trying to grow a business here. I mean, I'm wanting multiple locations one day, 30 employees. You can't do that in this day and age without selling online. So, you have to sell online. So, and I say multiple locations, and I say that like I'm talking about like different states. We were thinking about opening one like an hour from here, but it just don't make sense when all of our customers are out of state anyway. So, okay, Tom Petty's at 23. Yes was at 20 with Susie, and Armless out. So Yes is at 20 with Susie, going twice, going 3 times. Tom Petty is at 23 with James Ashbrenner. 23 of Tom Petty. Hard Promises, classic album. Chad Lawrence is the artist. Hotel TV's the album. Okay, I still have that pulled up here. Let me try to find that. Also, I never did hear back on My Chemical Romance. If you're still watching, whoever asked about this, you can let me know either way. But I searched Coheed and Cambria for somebody, and I never did get a yes or no. I also got My Chemical Romance still pulled up. I don't know if anybody wanted that. And I hadn't figured out Dune yet. Lawrence, so just Lawrence, okay? There it is, Lawrence. There's a lot of stuff with Lawrence, but I found just Lawrence, I think. And that was Hotel TV. Hotel TV. I'm having trouble finding that. Let me just search the name of that album. Hotel TV. Final call on Tom Petty for 23, and Yes is sold. I do not see that, Chad. unless I'm not looking at something, or excuse me, I don't see that, Brian, unless I'm not seeing that. Fits and Tantrums, picking up the pieces. Fits and Tantrums. Fits and Tantrums. I'm not seeing that available on vinyl, Brian. Fits and the Tantrums, picking up the pieces. Let me just click on this first, John. Fits and Tantrums, picking up the pieces is on back order. If it happened to come in, it would be $29.99. I can back order it for you, but I don't know. I don't know when it'll be in. So, John, if you want it back ordered, say yes. When it comes in, I'll bill you for it. It may be in next week. It could be next year. Joshua, which Coheed? Somebody wanted me to look up the new Coheed and Cambria Vaxxus 2, a window on the indie exclusive vinyl. It was going to be $44.99. I never did hear a yes or a no, but it's their new album. They wanted me to just look up the new album. And then somebody wanted me to look up My Chemical Romance Black Parade. I can still get it for $33.99. Also, Life on the Murder Scene. John said I'll wait for now. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me go ahead and tag this for Susie. 10:43. I got to stop at 11. I've got y'all saw how I was putting stuff on Discogs. I've got like 3 crates full of that stuff. I have to get put on Discogs. You know, $100 records. And then I'm going to share y'all the link where y'all can get on there, because somebody's already wanted 1 or 2 things off there. I've also got odds and ends to put on eBay. I bought some video game stuff. I got some pocket knives to put on eBay. I got some kind of rare CDs to put on eBay. A couple toys. Some more audio equipment. We sold a Marantz tape deck on eBay today. A really nice Marantz tape deck for $210. I've got about 3 or 5 more like that to put on there. I've got some Funko Pops to put on there that are kind of expensive. That's what I'll be. I'll leave here at 3 a.m. which seems late to y'all, but that's my normal working hours. So, Tom Petty is at 25 with Leslie Holt. She's bidding on Facebook. Tom Petty's at 25. Dirt comes out. This week. Get ready. Also, that Music Collected, I think that's due out. Remember that Music Collected I posted? What was it called? The 80s movies collected. I think that's due out this week. So, make sure you know. Let's see here. Next comment was, is there a Captain Beyond picture disc available? Let me search that. Captain Beyond. Captain Beyond. Also got to go find some food. Wayne? No. Here's what's available for Captain Beyond. There's 2 live shows. There's actually a rare cuts and a live shows Captain Beyond. I've got the live show posted already for pre-order. There's a Captain Beyond. Yeah, there is a picture disc. Lost and Found. Captain Beyond Lost and Found picture disc, 1972 to 1973. It looks like the wizard guy, and he's like holding an orb with a triangle or the hourglass. Those would be $33.99. And then there's three other Captain Beyond live shows in stock. Any interest in a Tiger Woods Sports Illustrated for Kids rookie card in great condition? Send me a picture of it. Send me a picture or send Coletco a picture. Next door should be Coletco Knoxville, right next to the Calhouns on the river. Knoxville would be a good spot. Now I could just stay the weekends up there in the fall for Tennessee games. Susie, you got yes. Yes. Yes, you got yes. Final call, Tom Petty, Leslie Holt, $25. You ever run across pre-recorded reel-to-reel tapes? Yes. I have a lot of like homemade ones people made, if that's what you're talking about. We sold a reel-to-reel deck on Facebook, actually, and somebody's locally coming to pick it up, but the one on the deck is Van Halen's Greatest Hits, which was never released on a reel-to-reel. If it is, it's extremely rare and worth a fortune. what it is, it's a homemade deal. Someone took their favorite Van Halen songs and cut them onto that reel-to-reel, vinyl to tape, and I listened to it. It's actually pretty cool. It's Van Halen's greatest hits. They picked out some of my favorite songs, but factory ones, yeah, we got a Jimi Hendrix in the back. I usually put those straight on eBay because I don't know a lot of, well, I do have a buyer, Daniel Cody. I know he listens to them, and Scott, if you're interested. I've been putting them on eBay, but I think now I have enough diverse medium. I know there's people on here who listen to 8-tracks, cassettes, CDs. So if y'all are interested in those pre-recorded reel-to-reels, let me know. Okay. Oh, I see where it is frozen on Facebook. I see what y'all mean now. See, I'm watching my phone. It's completely frozen. And I don't know when that happened, but that's frustrating. See, that's the problem with this restream. That's why we hadn't used it in a while. We don't know why it's freezing. We've had multiple people look at it. Anthony, who's watching, and Justin, who commented earlier, Roll Tide, he's come and tried to fix it. Anthony, we don't know what causes that freezing, but we really can't use YouTube until we figure that out. So we still got 45 people though watching. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sell this to Leslie. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up for the night. Yeah, 4 times freezing. You either need to go to YouTube or I don't know. A lot of people don't want to watch on YouTube though, which I guess they have their reasons. But if you watch on YouTube, there's no freezing. So, okay, this is sold to Leslie Holt. Leslie Holt for $25. So we went through about, well, of course, everything we put up sold, but sorry for the freezing. I'm gonna go ahead and stop for the night, finish what I was doing here, and probably go find some food right quick, and that's it. So thanks for watching. Chad, I just want to let you know I'm gonna drop off a big box of records at the store for you to look at if I'm coming through town. Alex, that sounds fantastic. So just bring them in. I'll let them know. Tuesday my mom will be here. I will let her know. Or yeah, Tuesday my mom will be here. Beast Smoker, we're really interested in around 40 or 60 original concert t-shirts. Absolutely. Beast Smoker, who are you? What's your name? Are you a regular? I will be all over those t-shirts. That's a hot commodity. Yeah, we should be. So tomorrow night is either going to be Coins and Knives or we're going to do records because I think I got to go to a high school. I got to go to a high school game on Friday night, and I'm going to be definitely in Knoxville. Huge. I'm going to be talking about that game Saturday all week. Not Tennessee plays Florida. It's a big deal. I'll be there Saturday. So this week, Friday, we got to figure out Friday. If we have a record sale Monday, then we're not going to have one Friday. But if we're not having a record sale tomorrow and we do Coins and Knives, then we will have a record sale on Friday. Chris Gornsey. Okay, Chris, are you local? Are you local? What did Wayne say? Wayne said, thanks, but not now. Got limited CB Live. Okay. Chris, if you're not local, you can mail them to me, or you can send pictures. We can cut a deal, and then you can mail them to me. I'll pay shipping. Or if you're local, you can bring them by here, drop them off. I'll look them up. I'll make an offer. So, yeah. Send me a picture. That's a lot of t-shirts, though. Maybe just send me some pictures of some of them. If you have time, snap one picture of all of them. Just lay them out, snap picture, lay them out, snap picture. And then I'll be like, I can pay you X amount of dollars for all of them. And then you can fold them up, put them in a box, and ship them to me. I'll pay you upon arrival. That's how I do stuff. I trust you, but I've always done it that way. I'll pay you upon arrival and inspection. And, yeah, I buy records like that, too. There's some people, they'll have 1,000 records and they'll want to ship them to me. I was like, yeah, we can't do that. I mean, you could, but it's going to cost a fortune, a lot of time and risk. Some people have 20 or 30 really, really good records, and they'll send them to me and I'll buy them. But I prefer not to do that. Somebody wanting to sell something, then it gets damaged or lost, and everybody misses out. Okay, I'm going to have to stand up to end the feed. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I got to stand up to go over there and press the button. This has been fun. I don't feel like I did as much talking as I thought I was going to, but as we make this a regular thing, we can have stuff we can do to make it more interesting, and I can do some more talking. Y'all may want to do more buying, which is fine with me. So, all right, thanks, everybody.